Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to me being present here in such an important event. I want to acknowledge my fellow City Council candidates here with me. Mr. Tom Taylor, State Representative, Dick Williams, the private newspaper of Dunwoody, Kathy Howe, who is our moderator, Erica Harris, who had done a great job putting together this meeting here, this forum. So, as a father and business owner, I came to Dunwoody looking for an opportunity to have my kids grow on a special environment. 40% of my district people are young families, 30 or something years. And they have the same concern, the same meaningful things that worry about my kids' future. That's why I'm running for City Council, because I want to help. That is my main goal, to help. It's very important for a young kid to have a stable place to call home. And we as parents, we are looking to preserve that place for them. It's very important for the emotional and social development for a kid to be living in a good place where they can have relationships with some of the kids that share the same values, the family values. People here also...
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Thank you, time is up.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Our second candidate, Mr. Shelton, will have 2 minutes for his introduction. Timekeepers, are you ready? Begin.
Good evening, and I'll just say ditto to all the thank yous Mr. Davis just gave you. I am here and running because I care about Dunwoody as well. The schools, I think we need a much tighter oversight of the city administration. We need to reset our paving priorities. We need to support our police better than we are, and we need to preserve the charm and character of Dunwoody. Now, I am a realist. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails, and that's why I'm running. I believe I can adjust those sails. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mercer, our third candidate, will have a 2-minute introduction. Timekeepers ready?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is William Mercer, and I'm running for District 2 post here on the Dunwoody City Council. Is this on? Am I here? Okay. Can't hear it over myself. No, but I got into this race because we do have some obstacles. I would call it hurdles, but we have some interesting issues that are starting to bring themselves forward here in the city of Dunwoody. And I think it's important as a community that we discuss a lot of these various different issues, and not just the issues themselves, but the ideas on how to solve the problems. I've got a decent amount of experience in government. Before I moved to Georgia, before I got into the aviation industry, I was in government for a while. I worked for the state legislature up in Ohio, and I was an interim city clerk for a year for a suburb of Columbus. But now my career with Delta Airlines is planning. And that's one thing I think the city needs to try to do a little bit better of a job with and look a little more long-term with, is looking at the plans for our city, not just for the city itself, but including the projects that we're doing in our city, trying to get the most value out of our tax dollars that we possibly can. It's good to see you here all tonight. I look forward to your questions, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mercer. Now we'll hear from our next candidate, Mr. Reiteicher.
Hi, I'm Jim Reiteicher, candidate for District 2. My wife and I are 30-year residents of Dunwoody. We're 25-year members of the club in which you sit. My son was basically raised here. I have a strong investment in this community. I travel around Dunwoody on foot, talking with many people across District 2, and I find that folks feel their government's a little bit out of touch with the voters. They don't like the way the city's being run. And I share their concerns, and the reason I decided to run was to do something about it. It is a quintessentially American undertaking. I've been gratified and humbled by the many residents who have thanked me for what I'm doing. If you like the status quo in Dunwoody government, you have an easy choice to put another vote for Mike Davis on the council. I stand for keeping taxes low, avoiding excessive debt and eliminating overregulation, resetting our spending priorities on road projects to accelerate repaving and cutting out waste, preserving the character of Dunwoody while we improve it, supporting an independent school system to ensure excellence, and respecting the residents of Dunwoody and their viewpoints while we do all this. From my long professional history in engineering and project management, I know that listening to the customer and properly determining requirements is vital before we proceed with cost-effective solutions. With your help, we can change Dunwoody's recent history and complete projects that have community buy-in and are Dunwoody sensible. Thank you. I'm Jim Reiteicher, and I'd like your vote on November 5th.
Thank you, Mr. Reiteicher. Now we'll hear from Mr. Westcott.
My name is Hayward Westcott. I'm running for City Council for District 2. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and I want to thank Kingsley for hosting this wonderful event and the people who put this together, as well as Kathy moderating. I would also like to thank my wife. We were married for 20 years, and I have 2 children, ages 14 and 13, 2 daughters named Georgia and Cameron. They're both in DeKalb schools. I'm a business owner, and I own a business on Peachtree Street in downtown Atlanta. I own it. It's called Custom Signs Today, and I've been in business since 1997. I'm very proud of my business, and it is a successful business. I've been a leader in the community for many years, and one of my leaderships is actually in this club right here. I served on the board of directors in this club for 5 years and 2 years as the president. During that time, we took on the monumental task of actually raising this clubhouse that you're sitting in right now. I'm very proud to be a part of that. In addition, I've also been asked to be elected and also appointed to many other organizations, such as Dunwoody Parents, when our school system was locked on credit probation. I've also helped out with Lemonade Days and the Dunk Tank and helped raise money for the Donald Bannister House. In addition, I'm the co-founder of the Dunwoody Chili Cook-Off. Regarding kids as well, I'm part of the Dunwoody Soapbox Derby, which I'm very proud to be a part of. We started that in 2009. I was elected to the DHA, and I serve right now as their vice president, and also was elected to the board of directors of the Dunwoody Chamber of Commerce, which I'm also proud to be a part of. I'm part of all these organizations because I like this, and it's a better Dunwoody that I want to create. I think we can make a better Dunwoody, and that's why I'm involved in the community. I want to work with positive collaboration, and that's why I'm involved, and that's why I'm running for office. I hope for your vote on November 5th for Hayward Westcott for District 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Westcott. We'll now hear from candidate Eves.
Hi, I'm Sam Eves. I'm running for District 3 City Council. Thanks for coming out tonight. I know everybody's got busy schedules and you're trying to get ready for a new week. You know, when I decided to run for City Council a few short months ago, I called my mom up and said, "Mom, I decided to run for Dunwoody City Council." And she said, "Oh my dear son, what have you gotten yourself into?" And you know, let me tell you what I've gotten myself into. Last weekend, I spent most of the weekend with a long-time Dunwoody resident. He has lived here, grew up here as a child. He raised his kids here, and we met a lot of people he's known over the years in District 3. And you know, one good thing about that was I got signs of every one of them. Obviously, you know, he respects me greatly, and you know, to take the time out of his busy schedule to do that, and that meant a lot to them. But the more important thing was I met many generations of Dunwoody residents. You know, from retired, having raised their children here and being retired, all the way down to his daughter who has a newborn baby. You know, I talked to her, and you know, she has a lot of concerns with the city. But the conversation that really hit me was their next door neighbor. They have 2 young daughters, and really nice guy, professional. He's an IT guy too, so we had a lot to talk about there. But he told me he's lived here for a while and he's planning on moving, leaving Dunwoody. And it really pretty much broke my heart, because you have to understand there's a life cycle to any community. And as older people move out and downsize, those houses have to be refilled with young families. And if we don't have the support systems here, including the schools for those families, this city's going to die a slow and horrible death. And I do not want that to happen. I love this city and I want to stay here and I want it to be a vibrant, wonderful city.
Thank you, Mr. Deeds. Now we'll hear from Mr. Thompson.
My name is Doug Thompson. I'm the current sitting city councilman in District 3. I'm married. My wife Terry is here. We've lived in Dunwoody for 21 years, and the only house we've ever owned. We've raised one daughter there who went through DeKalb County Public School System. She just started in college about 2 months ago. I own a business in Dunwoody and have for the past 15 years. I'm so glad that this forum focuses on vision. They say that good minds talk about ideas and vision, average minds talk about events, and weak minds talk about people. That's so important in Dunwoody. No city stays the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. And if you don't know where your vision is for the future, it's hard to get there. If you do know where your vision is, it makes your decisions much easier. Whoever is elected to council will be asked to make numerous votes. But as long as you keep your vision in mind and your focus, then you'll know where we're going. I see Mr. Lunston in the back. First time we ran, he asked what your vision is for Dunwoody. I didn't know what that question meant, and it really kind of irritated me at the time, and I'm sure I came up with some weak answer. That has become, though, once you sit in this job for long enough, that's what becomes the important driving force of whether you can be effective or not, is what your vision is, where you want to see this city goes. I can't wait for the questions to let you know where I want to go with this city. I'm Doug Thompson. I'm proud to live here, and I would appreciate your vote on November 5th.